女士们、先生们，大家上午好，欢迎出席国务院新闻办新闻发布会。今天我们举行权威部门化开局系列主题新闻发布会的第18场。我们邀请到国家药品监督管理局局长焦红女士，请她向大家介绍强化药品监管，切实保障人民群众用药安全有关情况，并回答大家关心的问题。
We will take your questions, and today with us, we have from the National Pharmaceutical Supervision Bureau, Xu Jinghe,
赵军宁先生
Mr. 赵军宁
黄果先生。
Mr. 黄果。
好，下面先请焦红女士做介绍。
Now let's first give the floor to Madam Jiao Hong. Ladies and gentlemen,
大家好。
Ms. Jiao Hong,
非常
ladies
高
and
兴呢，有
gentlemen,
这样的机会在
friends
这里
from
呢跟大
the
家见
media,
面。
good morning. I'm very
首
happy to
先
meet
呢，
you
我
all.
代表国家药监局
First, on
对
behalf
社会
of
各界
the
对药
NMPA,
品监管事
I
业
would
所
like
给予
to
的支持，
thank those
对各
who
位媒体
have
朋友
long been
对我
supportive
们药
to
品
drug
监管事业给
regulation.
予的支持表示衷心的感谢。今天呢，我和
Today,
我的同事
my colleagues and
将围
I
绕着强化药品监管
center
有
on
力保障
strengthening
人民
drug
群众用药
regulation to
安全
ensure drug
来
safety
和
for
大
the
家
public
共
to
同的
exchange
交流。
views with you.
大家都知道，
You
药
all
品
know
安
that
全
drug
事关
safety
人民群众的身体健康
bears
和
on
生命
people's
安全，
health and safety
也事关经济发展
and
和社会
the overall
和谐稳
economic
定。
development and social
国家药
stability.
监局自成立以来，我们全
Since
系
the
统坚
establishment
决
of
贯彻
the
落实习
NMPA,
近平
the
总书
entire
记
regulatory
关
system
于
has
药品监管
resolutely
的重要
implemented
的指示
General
批示
Secretary
精
Xi
神，
Jinping's important
全面
instructions
地
on
落
drug
实
regulation,
党中央、国务
acted
院的
on
重大决策部
deployments
署。
of the
我
CPC
们
Central
坚
Committee
持
and the
以
State
人
Council
民
and
为中心
adhered
的
to
发
the
展事项，
people-centered philosophy.
全面落实
We
4个
have
最
fully
严的要
implemented
求。
the 4 strictest
我们坚
requirements,
持守底线，
guarded
来
the
保
bottom
安
line
全，
to ensure
追高
safety,
线来
chased
促发
the
展，
high line to
持续
promote
地深化
development, and
药品
continue
医
to
疗器
reform
械的审评审批
review
改
and
革，
approval system of
持
drugs
续
and
地
medical
强
devices,
化
and
药品
continued
全生
to
命周期
strengthen
的
the
监管。
life cycle quality control of
我们有
drugs.
效地维护了
We
药
have
品安全
effectively
形势
maintained
的总体稳
The
定，
overall drug
推
safety
动了我们国家从
accelerated
制药大国
China's
到
leap
制药
from a
强国
large
的
pharmaceutical
跨越，
country to a strong one,
有力保护和
and
促进了
effectively
公众的
protected
健
and
康。
promoted public health.
一是我们坚持
First,
严防风
We
险，
have strictly
有效
prevented
维
risks
护药品安
and
全的总体
effectively
形势的
maintained
稳
overall
定。
drug safety.
我们修订
We
了
revised
药品管理
drug
法，
administration
制定
law,
了疫苗管理法，
enacted vaccine
建立和
administration
完
law,
善了药品
and
的信息化
improved
的追溯体
information
系。
tracing system for
疫苗
drugs.
管理体制改革也取得了历史
We
性的
also
突破。
made historical breakthroughs
2022
in
年，
vaccine
我国疫苗
regulation
国家
system.
监管
In
体制
2022, China's national
通过
vaccine
了世卫
regulatory
组织
system
的第3
passed
次的评估工
the
作。
third evaluation
中
by
国
the
的医疗产
WHO,
品
and
也就
Chinese
积极地
vaccine
助力了
products
世界公共
have
卫生事业的
actively
发展。
contributed to
我
the
们
public
深
health
入
in the
开展
world.
了
We
药品安
have
全专项
launched
整治行
in-depth
动，
special rectification
严
action,
查重处违
strictly
法违规的
punished
行为，
illegal acts,
加强
strengthened
国家集采中选产品等相关的重点
supervision
产品的
for
监管，
selected products for
不断地
centralized
强化
procurement
全
and
生
other
命周
key
期的
products,
质量监
and
督。
continuously
那
enhanced
这
life
些年来，
cycle of
通过
quality
加强监
supervision.
管，国家
By
药
strengthening
品抽检
supervision,
总体合格率已经
The
从
overall pass rate of national drug sampling
97.1%
test has
提升
risen
到了
from 97.1% to 99.2%. Second, we have taken an innovation-driven approach and supported the high-quality development of pharmaceutical industry. Review and approval system reform has been smoothly carried out, and we have optimized the process. A large number of innovative drugs and medical devices have been approved for marketing. Over the past 5 years, a total of 130 innovative medications and 217 innovative medical devices were approved. In the first half of this year, 24 innovative drugs and 28 innovative medical devices were approved to meet the people's health needs of our people.
We implemented the strategies of the CPC Central Committee and State Council issued opinion on promoting the inheritance and innovative development of TCN and established a standardized technical review system tailored to the features of TCN. We approved 31 new TCN drugs, boosting the inheritance and innovation of TCN. We advanced the consistent evaluation of the quality and efficacy of generic drugs. Currently, 650 varieties of generic drugs have passed the consistency evaluation, further meeting the public's medical needs. Third, we have consolidated foundation by fully strengthening capacity building for drug regulation. We implemented the implementation opinion of the State Council General Office on strengthening drug supervision capacity building and make this work more science-based, law-based, international, and modernized. We completed the formulation and amendment of drug administration law, vaccine administration law, provisions for supervision and administration of medical devices, and the provision for the supervision and administration of cosmetics. We promulgated the 2020 version of Pharmacopoeia, the PRC, and the legal framework for drug supervision was basically set up. We set up 4 sub-centers for drug and medical device review and appraisals in the Yangtze River Delta and Greater Bay Area to serve regional development strategies of the country. We delivered on the State Council General Office opinion on building a team of professionalized and specialized drug inspectors. Now we have more than 20,000 drug inspectors at provincial level, further cementing the foundation for drug supervision. We enhanced international exchanges and cooperation on all fronts, and the international right and say and influence of China's drug supervision have been improved. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, in the past 5 years and more, China's drug supervision has seen great development, transformation, and progress. Fundamentally, this is attributable to the strong leadership of the CPC Central Committee with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core, and the scientific guidance of the Xi Jinping thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics for the new era. This year marks the first year on the implementation of these guiding principles of the CPC 20th National Congress. Our administration will remain guided by the Xi Jinping thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics for the new era and fully implement the guiding principles of the CPC 20th National Congress. We will deliver on the requirements put forward by General Secretary Xi Jinping by following the principles of maintaining political integrity, strengthening regulation, promoting development, ensuring security, and benefiting the people. We will earnestly ensure the efficacy and safety of drugs and to write a new chapter of drug supervision on the Chinese path to the modernization. Now, me and my colleagues are ready to take your questions. Thank you. Now the floor is open to questions. Please identify your media outlets before asking questions.
Since
the reform of the review and approval of medical devices, China's medical industry has become more innovative. Where are we in terms of the R&D and commercialization of innovative drug devices, and what are our key priorities going forward?
Thanks for your question. I will brief you on this question. In recent years, the NMPA has continued to promote the reform of the drug and medical device review and approval system. We have been encouraging innovation. The policy dividends have been continuously released. Just as you asked, through the registration numbers and approval numbers of our drugs and medical devices, we can see that our innovation of drugs and medical devices has entered an explosive period. Encouraging innovation is the core of the reform of our review and approval system. In recent years, we have accelerated the amendment and revising of such regulations to release policy dividends by optimizing our procedures. Above 100 innovative products each year can be promoted to the market. Through optimization of resources, we have gradually strengthened to incline our approval resources to drugs urgently needed in clinical settings and pediatric drugs and drugs for rare diseases. For example, in recent years, a lot of attention has been given to pediatric drugs. We have strengthened the revising for guidance for such drugs. Last year, 66 pediatric drugs were approved for marketing. In the first half of this year, 46 pediatric drugs were approved. Through the allocation of resources, we prioritize the drugs with clinical values and approve these drugs to the market. These measures encouraged innovation and promote the high quality of drugs and medical devices. The 20th CPC Congress has made a systematic elaboration on accelerating the creation of a new development pattern and pursuing high quality development. The pharmaceutical industry is a sign-up-rise industry. The NMPA will take several measures. We have strengthened our scientific research. Through this, we want to make our regulation work more scientific-based and forward-looking. The specific works will be briefed by Commissioner Jiao. So specifically on encouraging innovation, I want to brief you on our measures. First, we have increased and consolidated our achievements in reform. For example, we have improved the procedures for conditional approval for marketing to ensure that the review and approval of drugs is science-based, rigorous, standardized, and efficient. At the same time, we will continue to optimize and improve approval of urgently needed drugs in clinical settings, rare disease drugs, pediatric drugs, domestic alternative products, and bottleneck products to promote the front load of approval work and strengthen synergy. We will strengthen guidance for technical uses of drugs and better serve this industry. Also, we have continued to promote the consistency of generic drug and evaluation. We have updated and improved the reference preparation catalog and improved the technical guidelines. On the basis of oral solid preparations and injections, we will steadily research and promote the consistent evaluation of other dosage forms of generic drugs. Third, we will encourage the development and declaration of radioactive pharmaceuticals to reform and improve the review and approval work of such works, to give the full play of such drugs in cardiovascular and cerebrovascular diseases, so as to enhance the research, development, and application of radioactive pharmaceutical drugs. In the end, I want to talk about the management of drug instructions. We want to solve the problem of unclear drug instructions and to promote the pilot of elderly-oriented reform of drug instructions. We will select some oral topical drug preparations and ask companies to provide simplified or large print version of drug instructions and encourage companies to provide instructions for voice, broadcast, and braille services. Thank you. Next question.
中间第一排这位男记者。
谢谢。
Thanks. In recent years, online sales have been thriving. Online sales of drug provides convenience while giving rise to some new problems. What are the key measures taken by the NMPA in regulating the online sales of drugs, medical devices, and cosmetics? Thanks for the question. Let's welcome Commissioner Xu to give the answer.
哦，抱歉啊，请我们
Sorry.
黄果副局长来回答。
Let's welcome Commissioner Huang Guo. Thanks. I will brief you on the related situation.
刚才这个记者问了一个很好的问题。
You have asked a very good question.
当前我们
As
国
you
家
have
的
said,
药品、
in
医
recent
疗器
years,
械、
online
化
sales
妆品
of
的网络销
drugs,
售
medical
整
devices,
体
and
呈现出
cosmetics
一个
has increased
高速发展的态势。
rapidly.
据我们的估算，
It is estimated that
2022年
in
仅仅是药
2022,
品和医疗器械的网络销售额
the online
已经
sales
达
of
到了
drugs and medical devices alone have
2924
reached 292.4 billion
预
yuan
计2023年
in
的话，我们
2022
预计
and
将
are
超过
expected to exceed
3500亿元。
350 billion in
为了
2023.
统
This is a
筹
网
提
market
升
size to
这个网
coordinate
购本身的便利性，
the convenience
还
of
有呢
online shopping
网售药品的
and the safety
质量安全。
of drugs purchased
国家局
online.
啊，
The
提前的谋
NMPA
划，
has
采取了一系列的措施。
taken a series
我
of
认为最
measures
主要的有这3个方面。
in
第一
the
是
following three
完善
aspects.
法治。
First, improve the rule of law.
我们强调，网络不是
We
法
want
外
to
之地。
emphasize that internet is
我们
not a
针对
place
新情况、
beyond the
新问
law.
题，
For the new
抓
situation
紧
and
建立
problems,
健全法规体
we
系。
lose no time to establish and improve the
给大家通报的是，截至目前，
regulatory system.
药品、
So far,
医疗器械、化妆品
for
均
drugs,
已经出
medical
台了
devices, and
专门的
cosmetics,
网
we
络销
have
售监督管理办法，
specific regulations on the
主要明确
supervision
了
and
监管部
administration
门、
for online sales,
经营企业
clarifying
还有第三
the
方的法律责任。
legal responsibilities
强
of
化了
regulatory
网络
departments
销
operating
售
companies
监
and
测、
third-party
发
platforms.
现案件
These
调查处理
regulations
的相
are
关
to
规定，
strengthen the
强调
regulations of
了
online
对
sales
网售
on monitoring,
安全风
investigation, and
险
disposal,
控制的相关措施，要求对
emphasize control
网售的
measures
全过程
for safety,
强化
and
质量管理。
require
目
enhanced
前啊，
quality
各级
management
药
for
品
the
监管
entire
部门
process of
正
online
在
sales.
加强
Drug
上
regulatory
述法规的
authorities
宣
at
传
all
贯彻工
levels
作，
are currently
还要
implementing
制
these
定
regulations,
完善配套的
improving
规章制度，
supporting
督
systems,
促相关企业
and
依法
urging
履行
relevant
法定
companies
义务。
to fulfill their
这是
legal
第一个是。
obligations. This is the
第二个
first
方面呢是加
perspective.
强网
Second,
治，
strengthen regulations
针
online.
对网络销售违法违规行为的
In response
隐
to
蔽性
the hidden
和
and
发散性，
diffusing nature of
我
illegal
们抓
acts
紧
of
建立
online
了
sales,
以网管网的机
we
制，
are
探
pressing
索采
ahead
取
with regulatory
快
measures
之快的办法，
that can
就是要
quickly
快
discover
速发现和消
and
除
diffuse
网
risks.
售可能出现的安全风险。目前呢，我们已经
Currently,
对网络销售企业和主
our
要的第三方平台实行了全
monitoring
覆盖的
has achieved
网
full
络监
coverage
测。
of drug online
后
sales
续我们还将
enterprises
不断
and
的
major
强化
third-party
监测的力度
platforms,
提升
and
监测的靶向性、
will
准
be
确性和时
strengthened
效
to
性。
enhance the relevance,
针对
accuracy,
发现
and
的问题，
timeliness.
药监部门
Where
先后
problems
组织开
discovered,
展了
drug
药
regulatory
品网络
departments
销售的专
have
项
carried
组
out
织、医
special
疗器械
rectification
的清网
actions
行动，还有化妆品的线上
online
进网、线下清源
and
的专项
offline
行动，
sales of drugs, medical
对违
devices,
法违
and
规的线索
cosmetics,
及时组织调查，采
and
取
taken
了
measures
产
to
品下架、
dispose
网店
violations,
关停、
including
取
pulling
消
off the
备案
shops,
等一系列的措施，
shutting down, and
持续
canceling
净
the
化
registration
网络市场。
to
如
improve
果
the
各位
market
媒体记者
environment.
关注的话，大家
If
应该
you
还
have been
会
paying
关注到
attention,
我们向社会
you may
公开
notice
曝
that
光
we
了
have
两起
exposed two
药
batches
品
of
网络销售
typical
的违法
cases
违规典型案例。我们的
online
目的
drug
就是
sales
要强化
violations
警示震慑的效
to
应，
strengthen
坚
warning
决
effect
打击网上的
and
各种
resolutely
违法
crack
行为、违
down
规行为。
on illegal
第
acts
三呢，就
online.
是要促进共治。
Third, promote
我
joint
们加强多
governance.
部门的协作，
We
积
have
极推进
strengthened
与公信网信、
multi-departmental collaboration
卫
and
健、
actively
市场
promoted
监管
the
等
linkage
多部门
with
的联动，
industry
要
network
形成监
information,
管的合力。
health, market
同时呢，注
supervision,
重
and
发
other
挥
departments
行业
to
协会
form
的作用，
a
建立
regulatory
健全行
synergy.
业规
We
范
have
和
given
领
full
导行
play
业的
to the
势力，
role of
还
industry
鼓励新闻
associations
媒体、
establish
消费
sound
者的
norms
积
to
极参
guide
与，构建
self-discipline,
全社会
encourage
齐
the
抓共
media
管
and the
这个格
people
局
to。actively
这
participate
里
to
啊，我
form a
想借这个
pattern
机会特别
with the
强调
joint
一下，
supervision regulation
第
from the
三
whole
方平台
industry.
落实好平台的治理责任，
Hereby, I want to
对于提
emphasize
升
that
网售质量，
the third-party
培育良好
platform
的网
implementing
售产业生态
governance responsibilities is crucial to improve the quality of online sales and cultivate a good business environment. In particular, Alibaba, Taobao, Jingdong, Meituan, Pinduoduo, Xiaohongshu, and other large platforms should use their technical and management advantages to take the lead in shouldering responsibilities, strengthening the audit and management of platform businesses, and strengthen the platform obligations in the drug recall, risk disposal, and subjection to supervision and inspection. I think only in this way can we do a good job in the overall systemic and comprehensive governance of online drug sales. Thank you.
好，请大家继续提问。左边第二排。
谢谢主持人，香港紫金杂志提问。
Thanks.
近年来，我国医疗器械产业发展迅速。
In recent years, China's medical device industry has developed rapidly, and many high-level medical devices have been developed independently. What other measures have been taken to promote high-quality development of medical device industry?
Thank you for your question. You have noticed that the medical device industry has entered a fast lane of development. As for the specifics, I will ask my colleague to brief you. Thank you for your question. The CPC Central Committee and State Council attached great importance to the innovative development of China's medical device industry. General Secretary Xi Jinping stressed that we need to better address China's deficiencies in high-end medical devices, make breakthroughs in key and core technologies to make sure that the high-end medical devices are self-independent and controllable to implement the instruction of the General Secretary Xi Jinping and promote the high-quality development of this industry. We have done our work in the following areas. First, we have improved top-level design and strengthened departmental coordination. Together with other departments, we have issued the 14th Five-Year Plan for Drug Security and High-Quality Development, identified the overall principles, goals, and missions for the high-quality development of the medical device industry. Together with MIT and NHC, we issued the 14th Five-Year Plan for Development of Medical Equipment Industry, and we have led the establishment of 2 technical innovation cooperation platforms for AI, medical device, and medical biomaterials. We have made forward deployments on the frontiers of S&T development. Second, we have made supervision more science-based and innovated our measures for supervision. We continue to develop new tools, standards, and methods for medical device supervision around the frontiers of technology and supervision, and move forward the technical review to the R&D process for ECMO particle therapy systems, ventricular assist system, and other high-end medical devices. We have provided guidance in advance to accelerate key and core technologies advancement. Third, we encouraged the commercialization of innovative medical devices and promote industrial high-quality development. In recent years, we issued special review procedures for innovative medical devices and preferential approval procedure for medical devices to fast-track the approval of innovative medical devices that are urgently needed clinically. Now, we have approved the commercialization of domestically made brain pacemaker, carbon ion therapy system, proton therapy system, 5T, 5.0T MRI system, panoramic dynamic PET and CT, and third generation artificial heart, artificial blood vessels. For these devices, we do not have to rely on imports. Most of these products have been used for clinical treatment and improved our medical diagnosis and treatment level. Next week, we will have the 2023 Security Week for medical device, and we will have a outcome promotion event for it. We welcome your participation at this event, as we have implemented those policies, China's medical device industry achieved rapid development. In the past 5 years, the average annual compound growth rate was 10.54%. China is now the second largest market for medical device. Going forward, our administration will continue to follow the latest developments in the innovative development of medical devices, continue to summarize new experience, explore new rules, and roll out new measures to better fast-track the commercialization of high-end innovative medical devices to make China change from a major country to a strong country in the manufacturing of medical devices. Next question. Thank you. In recent years, we have seen the drugs for rare diseases have been widely followed by the society. What are the measures that you have taken in this area? Thank you for your question. Patients with rare diseases should be a key focus in our work. I ask my colleague to brief you on this front. Thank you for your question. The question raised by you shows the attention that people has attached to rare diseases. Despite low incidence, the R&D for drugs for rare diseases, it's very difficult for the patients and their families. These drugs can save the family's life, so we believe we need to spare no effort to ensure the R&D of all drugs for rare diseases. In recent years, we have deepened the reform of the review and approval system to fast-track the approval of drugs for rare diseases to ensure the safety and health of these patients. We have done our work in the following areas. First, we accelerate the R&D of drugs for rare diseases. From 2018, we have set up a special channel to fast-track the approval of drugs for rare diseases. Now, 23 new drugs for rare diseases have been imported through this channel and entered the market. In 2020, we further clarified the provisions and procedures for preferential approval process for those drugs for rare diseases that are urgent needed clinically. They can be included in this procedure. The approval time for drugs for rare diseases is the shortest among all. Second, we strengthened technical guidance to save enterprises troubles in their R&D. In response to the low incidence of rare diseases and difficulties in the R&D, we have provided preferential policies for the R&D of these drugs. We provided guidance in advance and helped the R&D of these drugs throughout the process. To follow the R&D of these drugs, we allow enterprises to provide materials for approval in a phased manner to allow seamless linkage in all sectors of approval. We have also implemented technical guidance, such as the technical guidance for the clinical R&D of drugs for rare diseases and the statistical guidelines for the clinical research of drugs for rare diseases to ensure that basic requirements are met we will guide enterprises to fully make use of limited patient resources for clinical R&D. Thanks to this effort, the number and speed of commercialization for these drugs increased rapidly. We now have 68 domestically made drugs for rare diseases. Going forward, we will continue to focus on the needs of patients with rare diseases, speed up review and approval of these drugs, to make our efforts to improve their health and life quality. Thank you. Next question.
谢谢主持人。海报新闻记者提问：去年国家药监局部署开展了药品安全专项整治行动，发布了不少典型案例。但目前我国药品安全的形势如何？下一步在加强药品安全监管方面
Where are we in terms of these, and what are your priorities in your work going forward?
记者所关注的，
Thanks for
大家都
attention.
知道，我们也常
You
在
all know
说，
that
保安全守底线。
we always talking about ensuring safety and to ensure the bottom line of security. Safety is the foundation of development, and I will introduce Commissioner Xu to brief you on this. Since 2022, the NMPA has implemented General Secretary Xi Jinping's important instructions on drug safety. Following the 4 strictest requirements, we organized the whole system to carry out a year-long drug safety special rectification action. Last year, the system investigated and dealt with a total of 153,600 cases concerning drugs, cosmetics, and medical devices. The suspicious of crime were transferred to public security. We have issued 32 typical cases in 4 batches, and we work with Ministry of Public Security and the Supreme Protectorate to jointly listed 29 drugs and medical devices. We give full play to the cases to explain the law, to raise alert, thus protect the overall drug safety. We continue to fully implement General Secretary Xi's important instructions and the deployment of thematic education. On the basis of summarizing experiences of rectification action, we target at prevention of risks, investigation, handling of cases, and enhancing the capacity. We now have another action this year to protect the drug safety and firmly safeguard the health of the people. Efforts are in 3 aspects. The first aspect is to comprehensively investigate and resolve risks and hazards. We adhere to risk management and strive to ensure supervision is ahead of the risk. First, ensure drug safety at the source. We tighten market access, strengthen acceptance, inspection, testing, approval, and other aspects of every linkage. We will supervise companies to implement their responsibilities, to improve their awareness of the rules, laws, and risks. Second, improve the relevance and effectiveness of investigation. Focus on key products, key links, key objects, key areas. Check risk and danger through multiple channels. Third, we timely dispose security risks in accordance with law. Companies that are highly risky, previously found to be problematic, will receive random inspections. We will increase the focus on medical cosmetics and medical devices and other key areas of illegal acts for rectification. The second aspect is the high-pressure crackdown on violations. We will continue to increase the investigation and handling of cases to let violators pay the price. First, implement violations of the penalty to the person provisions, improving listing supervision system for major cases, and expose typical cases. Default list and other means to exercise punishments. Second, we continue to strengthen the synergy among national, provincial, municipal, and county-level drug supervision linkage to eliminate blind areas. Third, we strengthen cross-departmental coordination for investigation, work with public prosecution law departments to further improve linkage. and work with relevant departments to establish a cross-departmental risk consulting system. The third aspect is to continue to strengthen the regulatory capacity. We will strengthen drug regulatory capacity building and effectiveness. First, strengthen the construction of mechanisms, accelerate the revision of relevant regulations and documents. Second, continue to improve the regulatory system, improve quality management system, to improve the coordination between supervision and inspection, strengthen the smart supervision guidance. And third, strengthen the foundation of primary level supervision, enhance the city and county market supervision focuses, and their law enforcement capabilities, actively increase inspectors to thoroughly inspect and resolve risks in rural areas, and increase the investigation of rural drug cases and risks, enhance supervision in rural areas. Thank you. Next question.
左边第一排。
南方都市报记者提问，想请问国家药监局近年来如何促进中医药的传承创新发展，有哪些成效？那今年还有什么新的思路和新的举措？
What the NMP has done to promote TCMs? What are the new measures?
Thank you for your question. Promoting the inheritance and innovative development of TCM is our priority in our work, and I will ask my colleague to answer your question. Thank you for your interest in our work in this area. Promoting the inheritance and innovative development of TCM is a major decision made by the CPC Central Committee. We have continued to deepen the reform and review and approval of TCM and strengthen life cycle management of TCM. We have made progress in the following in a lot of areas. First, the launch of the new and high-quality TCM drugs has been accelerated. In February this year, we launched the special regulation for the registration and administration of TCM and set up a new TCM drugs registration and review system that incorporates TCM theories, practice, and clinical text. Thanks to these efforts, the number of clinical trials, commercialization, application, and approvals of new drugs increased. From 2018 to now, 31 new TCM drugs have entered the market. Second, the standard system for TCM has been improved. The TCM standard system, mainly based on Chinese pharmacopoeia and complemented by subnational standards, have been put in place. We promulgated 2020 version of Chinese pharmacopoeia, in which 2,711 TCM drug standards are recorded, and we rolled out for the first time the national standard for the processing of TCM pieces, and 61 standards for 61 varieties are included. Now we have also launched the implementation and formulation of the standard for Chinese herbal extracts and granules, covering nearly 700 different varieties of these drugs. Third, the quality of TCM drugs is better guaranteed. In January this year, the measures on further strengthening science-based supervision of TCM and to promote inheritance and innovative development of TCM was introduced. And we have special campaign to strengthen the supervision for the production and operation, strengthen sampling inspection and adverse reaction monitoring. We urge enterprises to improve safety information in introduction. In our sampling inspection, now about 97% of TCM pieces are qualified, and 98% of processed TCM drugs are qualified. Going forward, we will continue to promote the inheritance and innovative development of TCM. First, we will strengthen research on TCM regulation system and set in place a review and approval system that are more tailored to the features and innovative development of TCM. By linking the R&D and review of the TCM, we will further unleash the dynamism for the innovative development of TCM. Second, we will set in place a management system for TCM standards. On the basis of an increasingly optimized TCM standard, we will roll out a special regulation for the establishment of a management system for TCM standards. Third, we will fully implement the action plan for consolidating and improving drug safety. We will crack down on illegal behaviors to regulate market competition order and foster a virtuous cycle for development of TCM. From 18th and 19th of July this year, we will have the second conference for TCM regulation. For registration and innovation in other areas, we will have in-depth discussion, and we welcome your participation in that event. Thank you.
中间第二排这位女士先来。
谢谢主持人。浙江日报潮新闻提问：国家推进了药品、中成药、医疗器械等产品的。
China has promoted the centralized procurement of drugs, TCMs, and medical devices. What are the actions and deployments you have taken in strengthening the security and safety in this area? Thank you for your question. The NMPA attaches great importance to the supervision of centralized procurements of drugs and medical devices. We have implemented the most stringent requirements to ensure that enterprises and supervision authorities can fulfill their responsibilities and to serve our work in this area. Since we have conducted centralized procurement of drugs and medical devices, we have conducted special campaign to supervise this work in order to supervise the relevant drug and medical devices producers, sampling, inspection, and adverse drug reaction. This work has been recognized by the NMPA. We inspected nearly 600 drug producers and nearly 170 medical device producers. In our sampling inspection, we covered 333 drug varieties and 15 medical device varieties, which have ensured the quality and safety of these procured drugs and devices. We have also ensured that enterprises and regional supervision authorities fulfill their responsibilities. From the results of our supervision in these three above-mentioned areas, we can see we have done good work in this area. Going forward, our administration will continue to strengthen supervision and enhance risk prevention by using measures such as supervision, sampling inspection, and adverse reaction monitoring. We will strengthen risk pre-warning investigation and handling, and conduct targeted supervision on producers of centralized procured drugs and medical devices. In terms of medical devices, we will conduct listing management of coronary stains, artificial joints, and also pediatric spine products. Medical devices that have been procured in a centralized way will be included in the national level sampling inspection. We will strengthen data collection and sharing for the regulation of these two of drugs and medical devices to ensure the safety of these products. Next question, please.
谢谢南方日报南方家记者。
Data show that in 2020, the revenues for China's pharmaceutical industry in 2022 reached to 4.2 trillion yuan. China is now a major pharmaceutical country. What are the practices that you have innovated in promoting the high-quality development of these industries?
Thanks. High-quality development of pharmaceutical industry is of joint concerns. Mr. Zhao Junling will brief you on this. Thanks for your question. Pharmaceutical industry is a very innovative one. The report of the 20th Party Congress pointed out that high-quality development is the primary task of building a modern socialist country in all aspects. It is also one of the essential requirements of Chinese modernization. In the next 5 years, a main task of Chinese modernization is to make new breakthroughs in this regard. In the pharmaceutical industry, China is at an important stage of leaping from a generic drug-based country to innovative drug-led one, from the high-speed growth to high-quality development. To better achieve high-quality industrial development, in recent years, the NMPA has been building a science-based, highly efficient, and authorized regulatory system with the following focuses. First, innovate laws, regulations, and technological systems. We have accelerated the implement of laws, regulations, and standards that support the high-quality development, promote the implementation of innovation-driven strategy in this field, prioritized innovative drugs and devices in review and approval, and supported clinical promotion and application of innovative products. Second, we have accelerated regulatory research. Since 2019, the NMPA has closely tracked the frontier of international regulatory development, followed the principle of addressing urgent need, classified implementation, regional coordination, and reasonable layout. We have identified more than 110 key laboratories in 2 batches, relying on well-known universities and research institutions in China. We have established 14 regulatory scientific research bases. For focused hotspots and difficult issues in drug regulations, we join hands with research bases, key laboratories, well-known universities, and research institutions in launching 19 key projects in 2 batches. Currently, we have a 3-layered innovation system for regulations, including research bases, key laboratories, and provincial drug inspection departments. In the past 4 years, through these actions, a total of 187 drug review technical guidance, inspection and evaluation standards, testing methods were formed, providing a strong support for drug regulation. Third, we actively participated in international cooperation. The NMPA has joined the SCIO, the IMDRF, the GHWP, and other organizations. Now we are applying to join the PICS to create a good international environment for high-quality development. Going forward, the NMPA will take high-quality development as a golden key and overall leverage to develop and implement the 14th five-year plan to comprehensively strengthen the scientific system of drug regulation. We will focus on the international frontier, the innovation, and the urgent need for regulation. We will make building of key laboratories as a priority to comprehensively enhance strategic technological strength. We will start investigation of the 3rd batch of key research projects, strengthen the connection with industry, and continue to develop new tools, standards, methods for drug regulation. We will promote the development of research on regulations, strengthen technical support, and deepen international cooperation. Promote the modernization of drug regulatory system and capacity to promote the high-quality development of pharmaceutical industry. Please continue to raise questions. Our last 2 questions.
谢谢主持人，我是红星新闻记者。
Currently, the COVID-19 has been classified as a Category B disease in China. What will the NMPA do to serve pandemic prevention control in the new phase and enhance quality regulation for anti-epidemic drugs and devices? Thanks for your question. The NMPA attaches great importance to COVID-related drugs and medical devices supervision and regulation. Commissioner Huang Guo will introduce the situation. Since the outbreak of the pandemic, drug regulatory departments at all levels have carried out the deployment of the CPC Central Committee and the State Council exercise the mission and aspiration of putting the people and their life first. We continue to maintain a state of readiness, uphold a science-based spirit, and made every effort to guide the research and development of vaccines. We made every effort to regulate the quality of COVID-related drugs and devices. We continue to fulfill our duties in light of COVID response adjustments. On the one hand, we will continue to provide technological guidance and service for R&D of related drugs. We will learn from past experiences and continue to concentrate our advantage to synergize research and review, to enrich our toolkit for pandemic prevention and control. The NMPA has approved 15 new COVID therapeutic drugs or increased indications, including 6 chemical drugs, 2 biological, 4 are domestic, and 2 are from the outside. We have conditionally approved 5 new COVID vaccines for marketing, 3 of which have been included in the WHO emergency using list. We also approved domestic ECMO products and 151 new COVID detection regions for marketing. Going forward, we will continue to encourage innovation while urging relevant companies to carry out post-marketing studies. On the other hand, we will continue to enhance quality supervision of COVID-related drugs and devices. We have made clear the one company's one policy, one product, one file management for domestic COVID drugs. For conditionally approved vaccines and related companies, we have full coverage inspection and will continue to do a good job in this regard. Also, we will enhance sample testing and testing for adverse effects for related products to ensure the safety and quality of products. This is our main responsibility. Thank you. Our last question. Thanks, China Daily. Recent years, we have seen introduction of many drug regulatory laws. Please introduce the achievements has made in revising laws and regulations. What are the important laws and regulations that will see progress this year?
Thank you for your question. A good law is the prerequisite of good governance, and standards is an important underpinning for our governance. Our administration attaches great importance to this work, and now I'll invite my colleague to brief you on this front. Drug security hinges on the safety, health, and life of the public. General Secretary Xi Jinping put forward 4 requirements for drug security. The first one is to apply the most strict standard, clarifying requirements for the improvement of our work in this area. In the past 5 years, the NMPA implemented the deployment and decisions of the CPC Central Committee and State Council, restructured drug regulation legal system comprehensively, and improved standard system. and further upgraded and modernized China's drug regulation legal system. First, we have formulated and revised laws and regulations for drug supervision. The vaccine administration law is the first comprehensive law for drug administration in the world. This law stresses that the strategic importance and public good nature of vaccines and encouraged innovative R&D of vaccines and ensured quality and safety of vaccines. Both R&D and production have been advanced within the legal framework. In August 2019, the newly amended Drug Administration Law further cemented the reform of the results of drug review and approval system. We implemented the Marketing Authorization Holder MAH mechanism with the issuance of provision on the supervision and administration of cosmetics and the amendment of the provision for the supervision and administration of medical devices. We have basically set in place a legal framework for drug regulation. Second, we have improved supporting regulations, normative documents, and technical guidelines. We have now 13 new regulations for drugs, medical devices, and cosmetics, and we have issued over 50 normative documents on early resolution mechanism for drug patent disputes, post-marketing changes of drugs, clinical trials of medical devices, and cosmetics labeling management to ensure that enterprises can better fulfill their responsibilities. We have published technical guidelines for conditional approval of drugs, clinical evaluation of medical devices, and cosmetics safety assessment. We now have 459 and 559 technical guidelines for drugs and medical devices, respectively, greatly boosting the R&D and commercialization of products. Third, we have improved standard system. A Chinese Pharmacopoeia Center to National Drug Standard System has been formed. We have seen better drug quality control and security guarantee. We have now an 1,926 effective medical device standards, and more than 90% of them are consistent with international standards. We have established a framework for cosmetic standards and started the revision of the safety and technical regulations for cosmetics. Standard systems for drugs, medical devices, and cosmetics have become more extensive, comprehensive, and international. 2023 is the first year for the implementation of the guiding principles of the CPC 20th National Congress. We will continue to improve our work in the legal institution building of drug supervision. We will launch the measures for quality supervision and administration for drug marketing and use, and start the revision of laws and regulations such as the measures for the administration and radiopharmaceuticals and measures for category-based administration of prescriptions and OCT drugs. We will have set in place a well-coordinated, efficient drug supervision system to better guarantee the high-quality development of China's drug industry and ensure the health of the public. Thank you. That's the end of today's press conference.
Thank you all.
That's Chinese